Yo, what's up guys? It's T.Aubrey back again with another bracket. This time I'm with my good friend SpaceMan Zack, someone that you guys are probably very familiar with. And today we're doing a Lil Peep bracket. You guys should already know how these go. I've got 96 Lil Peep songs all facing off against one another. Yeah, so all that being said, let's just jump right into it. All right, so for our first matchup, we have Fallen For Me, which is I think only available on SoundCloud. And then we have Move On, Be Strong, the closing track on Hellboy.
I like both of these songs. I would say Falling For Me only because I think Move On, Be Strong was kind of overshadowed by the rest of the tape, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a lot different than the whole rest of the tape.
Yeah, it's good. It kind of veered off left. Like, if it was a single on its own, it would be like a different story. But I feel like that kind of makes Falling For Me just seem like such a stronger hit single song.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that Move On, Be Strong was overshadowed by everything else on that tape. Yeah. And I kind of think I get what he was trying to do just by putting something a lot different.
Yeah, I just think it's hard because it's like when you have a good song like Move On, Be Strong, but then you have amazing songs that are on the rest of the tape, it makes that song not stand out as much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Also, I just love the lyrics to Falling For Me. That's some of his best writing. I loved that era of his, the born in the burbs but I'm big in the hood. That's so clever.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah, I think I ultimately agree. The Move On, Be Strong, like I said, it was just kind of overshadowed, and I think that isn't that an Avenged Sevenfold sample?
I think so, but I also don't want to sound stupid.
I think Young Scuff told me that.
I've heard that before. I know he has sampled them.
I think it's this one. So for those reasons, yeah, I agree. Let's move Fallen For Me forward.
Fuck yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. We have 16 Lines versus Gym Class. So the 16 Lines is the
original or
this is the studio one.
So
the album release.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go Gym Class because if you went the original, it's so tough, man.
Yeah, I agree. 16 Lines I loved, and I really felt like there was a few songs on Come Over When You're Sober Part 2 that had been reworked but had leaked previously.
Yeah.
And other than Life Is Beautiful, I don't think any of them really held up to the leaked versions.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I do like 16 Lines a lot. I like that music video too, but
I like the original video because they cut some of the video.
Yeah, they did cut some of the video too.
Which I like. Don't get me wrong, I still listen to the 16 Lines, if it comes on from the album.
Yeah.
It's still a great song. I think that, partially it lost some of its, flair and, the magic of that song when they chopped it, because you can kind of tell that they chopped it.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that too much, it just loses, the thing that made that song so beautiful was, how raw it was. Plus, I've just never heard anything else in my life. When I first heard Gym Class...
Yeah.
I remember when, I think you showed it to me and the beat came on and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then in the video too was so the low budget, lo-fi shit.
Yeah, it was VHS.
It was just a magical moment for me. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think Kill Station shot that video.
Yeah, because they shot it on just a fucking handheld.
Yeah, VHS. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's on the roof and shit. Dude,
yep.
Yeah,
I think like you said, this would be a different conversation if this was the OG version, but ultimately probably would still pick Gym Class because I don't think that you get 16 Lines without Gym Class. I mean, Gym Class was such a impactful moment.
Yeah. Also from artist standpoint, I've definitely sat down and been I want to write a song kind of like Gym Class. And I've never really done that for 16 Lines.
That's interesting. Okay.
Cool. I loved the whole structure where there's it's the verse is almost a chorus, but it's almost a verse. It's not structured like a normal song.
Yeah.
So I've always loved that.
So. For sure. All right, cool. Gym Class is moving forward. Next up we have No Respect Freestyle and Your Eyes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I can already tell you guys, my pick is Your Eyes just because I think that's my favorite Lil Peep song.
Is it really?
Ever. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I don't feel like there's anything super...
That's not what I would have picked for your being your favorite.
What would you have picked?
For being your favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know, something more like Hellboy.
Or more hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Really laid back.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love in the intro where it's they just put like a low pass filter
Yeah,
on like, but it like cuts in and out.
Dude, every time that I've ever sent Aubrey his song, he's like, "Can you put a low pass filter?"
Just on the intro. It sounds
so
cool on the intro. But aside from that, I don't know, something about the song I just really like. I feel like he doesn't have a lot of other songs like it, and it's just kind of a vibe. No Respect Freestyle though, I listened to fairly recently, and it's kind of a beautiful song.
It really is. I'm gonna agree with you, only because of the fact that I'm a huge fan of like melodies and shit like that. Your Eyes is just like, it's like just a beautiful song. I loved No Respect Freestyle because I like, the one thing that I think he has in that song is it's the presentation with like his voice that's kind of breaking, and like he sounds like he's crying in the studio. Like that shit's crazy. I just wouldn't put No Respect Freestyle on before I put Your Eyes on. If I had like a list of songs to listen to in the car,
for sure,
it would be Your Eyes.
Okay, cool. Moving Your Eyes forward. By the way, separate side note, we can disagree. And I don't really know what to do if we disagree, but we'll figure it out.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Wow. All right, next up we have High School, which was a single off of Lil Peep's first mixtape, Lil Peep. And we have Belgium, which is off of an EP, Goth Angel Center, I'm pretty sure it was called, that dropped shortly after he passed away.
Yeah, it was like one of the first ones I dropped after.
Might be the nostalgia talking for me, but I feel like High School kind of captures everything that makes Lil Peep and the energy that he brings to stuff a lot better than Belgium. I don't think that Belgium is by any means a not good song. I don't know. I think you get a little less personality in that song.
I honestly agree again. I think it's the same argument as the 16 Lines thing. I think the song is almost too polished. There was this spark about Lil Peep that was like the rough edges made it good.
Yeah.
And like that's what High School is, man. Like the mixing's not like radio, like super top tier quality.
Yeah.
Like there's something wrong with like a little piece of it that makes it so perfect.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, just like you said, the nostalgia. Like I remember first listening to that. It was on a Spinrilla playlist.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like 100
it was like every Lil Peep song.
Yeah. I would listen to that when I worked at Walgreens and I was stocking shelves. And I remember stocking the cooler listening to High School. I'm like, oh man, it was so good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick High School on that one.
All right, cool. All right, next up we have Tears, and we have... This is the song they play when I crash into the wall off Hellboy. I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm gonna say the song they played when I crashed into the wall. I don't have really any logical reason why this song is better than Tears, because I love both songs. But it's just literally that line in the song. This is the song they play when I got into the wall. And then like the small town dreams and wedding rings and
Living at the Mall has really stuck with me.
That line reminded me of my childhood like so hard, like in high school. Like something about that song is just like, it will forever be.
I agree. That's why I'm going to pick two. I think that a song like the song they play when I crashed to the wall has all those elements that you were talking about on High School, where it's like, it's not perfect, but it's more perfect than a song like Tears, but not in a way where it becomes like overproduced. Over. So dude, it's just a step up.
Forever, like this is, some people probably won't agree with me, but I think the best mixing of Lil Peep's vocals ever were on that tape. That was the perfect blend of like distortion and layering for me, instead of like reverb or anything like that. Like the distortion on everything, like it was so perfect, dude. That was a perfect album, like for real.
Do you think that the mixing on even like the first Come Over When You're Sober was too polished?
No, I don't think it was too polished. I think it was getting to where it became after, like, you know, after he passed away. Yeah. I didn't mind it. I liked it because I recognized that, like, to become, like, a mainstream person, you kind of have to, like, go into, like, a cleaner sounding thing.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
But it still had the elements of Peep to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it still had, like, little distortions and, like, all these things to it. It just sounded a little cleaned up.
Yeah. Right, moving that one forward. Next up, we have About You and Driveway.
Dude, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, Driveway, I think, is a good song. It's a song that I listen to now, and, you know, I've been into Lil Peep since, like, probably late 2016, And it's interesting to listen to some of his music now because some of the lyrics are like a little melodramatic and not and not in a bad way.
No, it's just that's the style of
because
music
that's the style of music, and
Yeah.
like I think it was geared towards people in high school or like just graduated high school.
Yeah, I mean, I
like,
listen
kind
to
of
my
just
own
young
songs
people.
sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I was dramatic.
Yeah, so he has the lyric where he's like making me sad and pull out my gun. And
Oh, yeah, I love that line.
It's cool, but
I
it's
love
just
that
like
line.
it's a little melodramatic to me. And I think I'm gonna go with About You for that reason. And also I like the like kind of ambience to About You, and the production's really good. I like the beat a lot. I like his melody on there too. So I prefer About You.
I disagree.
Really?
I think Driveway is so good, dude. He has the line about like the grass is in the yard, but it died since you've been gone. Like,
True.
That's so hard, bro. Like, I don't know. It just brings me back to that playlist. I guess it's because like whoever he was writing that song for was like my kind of person. Because I was sitting with my headphones in and I was like, yeah, bro, she make me sad too. Like, it was. I don't know. Driveway is like, again, it's one of the perfect songs for me. So I would have to say Driveway.
All right. So what we're gonna do, since we disagree, is we're gonna play rock paper scissors. 1 round. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
Driveway it is, baby.
All right. That's cool. That's still a good song. All right. Moving right along, we have Drugs, a pretty old song.
Yeah.
And we have Gods with Lil Tracy. Damn, this is tough for me. I like the verses on Drugs a lot. I'm not crazy about the chorus.
Isn't that the bitch I do the drugs?
Yeah.
I love that chorus.
I'm not crazy about the chorus, but I do like the verses a lot. Gods is kind of awesome to me. I actually enjoy that song a lot. I think it's very strange and like weird. It was also a great example of like the incredible chemistry that like Tracy and Peep had.
Yeah.
And I think that they were able to play off of each other
Agreed.
and really only elevate each other. So I would go with Gods.
I at first was gonna say drugs. I fucking love that chorus so much. It just hits, bro, with the fucking bass too, and it also just sounds different than a lot of Peep choruses because it's
Yeah, it
like
does, it
it's
does.
way more like hard flex, which is different than a lot of his like up and down melodies and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I do agree, dude. I think him and Tracy just like going on each other. You can't really beat that. They're such a good duo.
Yeah, and the beat on that song is
It's
really crazy
nuts.
too. I don't know what the sample is, but
Yeah, I'll take Gods.
Gods?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, next up we have Fingers off Come Over When You're Sober Part 2, and we have Nuts, which I think was originally on the Live Forever EP and has since been recently released on Spotify, along with the EP, actually, I'm pretty sure. This one is pretty easy for me. I know a lot of Peep fans really love Nuts. I think Nuts was up to like his top most popular song on Spotify for a little bit. But for me, it's Fingers. I feel like Fingers is one of the better songs on Come Over When You're Sober Part 2. I really like the melody and I like the beat as well. And I feel like the kind of electric guitar vibes played into a little bit of like what would end up being like the pop punk resurgence, but not in like a corny, overplayed type of way. More like just taking influence
And then like
and
making it your own.
making it your own.
I agree. I mean, I love Nuts, but I mean, I love Peep's verse on that. I'm not trying to be mean. No hate to the feature, but it just didn't hold up in my opinion. Like
It sounds like a sample. Like it sounds like a sample. Yeah.
yeah, like I just like it. Just like I don't know. When you have someone like Peep, like I think you have to like hold up to it, and like it just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
So I would say Fingers. I think Fingers is like a perfect example of like what polished Peep can be, and like we
I
were just
agree.
talking about like. That is like where the polishing went like the perfect way, and like I could see him just being like the biggest mainstream artist ever.
Yeah. I agree. Right. Damn, we had two body parts versus each other.
Fingers and nuts. That's nuts.
All right. Next up, we have Your Favorite Dress with Lil Tracy off of Castles.
Yeah, I think that was on the Castles, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we have Fucked Up off of Hellboy. I really like Fucked Up, but I do feel like the chorus is like really repetitive. He just kind of says fucked up over and over again, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I do like Your Favorite Dress. I don't know, this is actually tough.
I will say Fucked Up, in my opinion, is better. For the, like you just said, the chorus is repetitive. It really is, but I almost love it. Because of the way that he like flips around the fucked up. Like he's like, I'm fucked up, blah, 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 and that's fucked up. Like I like that a lot. when Hellboy came out was like when I first heard him, and Fucked Up was the first Lil Peep song I ever heard.
Really?
Yeah, it was right when you were like, go check out Lil Peep, and I
actually kind of remember sending that to you.
I put on the Hellboy tape, and I was like just kind of scrolling through it, and I was like, Fucked Up, let's see what this is, and clicked on it and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, so, I vaguely remember that. The first Lil Peep song I ever heard was White Wine.
Yeah, I have to go with Fucked Up.
Okay. Let's go Fucked Up.
If you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I'm definitely cool with that. All right, next up we have Skyscrapers off Crybaby, and we have Star Shopping.
Dog, that's like the hardest one we've had to do so far.
Yeah, well, it is hard, but at the same time, I think it's pretty easy.
The thing is the obvious choice here is Star Shopping.
Yeah.
Skyscrapers is like one of my favorite Peep songs
ever. Agree that it's really good.
Hotel rooms and skyscraper. That melody is
I bought a new pair of shoes
to impress her. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'll just give Star Shopping because it's Star Shopping.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Star Shopping needs to move forward at least one.
It has to, just because of how impactful that song was.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful.
I mean, no, it's incredible, but...
Yeah,
I just love Skyscraper. I'm sad that Skyscrapers have to go against it.
Skyscrapers is going to, but it's Star Shopping for sure. All right, next up we have Spotlight and Sex Last Night. Spotlight is the one with Marshmello.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you right now, my favorite Peep song, my favorite two Peep songs in the entire world are Sex Last Night and Hair Dye. So I'm picking Sex Last Night. It's the layered vocals on the chorus is absolutely the most perfect thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I agree. Sex Last Night is really good. I appreciate the energy on that one too. It's a little more of like, I wouldn't say hype, but more of like an aggressive.
His guitars were definitely way more aggressive on that.
Yeah, and I feel like he was just like kind of in his zone. Spotlight, I think is a pretty good song, but again, being for the most part posthumous. Is that how you say that?
Posthumous? I don't know.
Posthumous?
I've heard both. I'm honestly not that smart.
I've heard posthumous too.
Yeah.
Posthumous. It can't be that. It's posthumous.
Okay.
Spotlight being a mostly posthumous song, I think you just kind of miss out on some qualities that might have ultimately made it better in the long run. Mm-hmm. And compared to Sex Last Night, I think it's got to be.
I will say, shouts out to the Spotlight video though. I love that video.
Yeah, that is a cool video.
Where like they're driving and they're in the stars.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, next up we have The Bright Side and Let Me Bleed. The Bright Side on Come Over When You're Sober and Let Me Bleed, I think, just as a single on SoundCloud. Yeah, this is kind of tough. This is like, I feel like The Bright Side is kind of in a Star Shopping type of scenario here, where it's like, I feel like that would obviously be the fan favorite.
I think it's the one, it's like every artist, in my opinion, has like, they'll put out like a bunch of really good songs, and then they'll have like a song that launches them to a next level, and then they'll put out a bunch of good songs and then launch them to a next level. Like, you know, you always have those ones that bring you up a level. I think the Bright Side was that one for him.
Yeah.
Like after like Star Shopping and stuff like that. Like Bright Side really did a lot for him. I can't get over it because Let Me Bleed.
Yeah, the song's really like beautiful too.
It's the lyrics for me.
I agree.
On Let Me Bleed. When he says like, I just want to die by my mama's side, tell her that I love her when my brother cries. That lyric has like never left my
gives
soul.
Me chills.
Yeah, it's like one of the best lyrics I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's really tough. You think we should go Let Me Bleed?
I would say Let Me Bleed. And that's a tough one because the Bright Side is...
That is really
so
tough.
Good.
Next up we have Worlds Away versus Feels. Yeah, I'll be super honest. I am not really a big fan of Feels at all. I get it, and I understand the obvious like influence from like Eminem almost, it seems like, and kind of like horrorcore type of rap.
Yeah, it's like that like I love you but it's creepy kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's just not for me.
I fuck with that song.
Yeah?
I love that song, but I would pick Worlds Away.
Okay.
Worlds Away has one of the best beats I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
That like pop to it is great.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Sorry, Feels.
I feels you.
All right, next up we have Drive By off Hellboy and Ben's Truck Part 2, which I think was only released on Big Head's SoundCloud. Not an official release.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't even realize that. I would say Ben's Truck Part 2.
Yeah.
I gotta keep it a huge bug with you. Like, Drive By is a good song. It is not my favorite Peep song at all.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoy Drive By. Ben's Truck, though, is like... One of my favorite Peep songs. Part two is one of my favorite Peep songs.
I almost like Ben Struck 2 better than 1.
Low key, I kind of do too.
Like, sometimes. I guess it depends on the day. But Drive By, didn't that have
Xavier Wolf on it? Which is cool.
And I love Xavier Wolf.
Yeah,
too.
and that's kind of legendary. And he says he's going
like
235 miles an hour, which is so fast.
I think my biggest thing with Drive By was I'm not a huge fan of the beat.
The beat on the like official releases is different. Did you know that? Yeah, because they couldn't clear the sample. So it's like a remake, but it doesn't sound the same. This is the original. So you'll literally hear it like right there. So
Pretty.
this is the new one though. Yeah. I like the original better.
I just want to hear it like with the. Not for me.
Yeah, I think we got to move Ben Struck Part 2 forward. All right, next up we have Suck My Blood and Downtown. Suck My Blood reminds me a little bit of Let Me Bleed. I don't really know why.
You get those songs mixed up.
Yeah.
When I first started listening.
But I don't feel like it's as good as Let Me Bleed. It's
Isn't
not.
Suck My Blood the one where he gets like they put the sound effect of a phone in though. That's the hardest
it
shit
trips me up all the time because I think it's my phone.
It's so good though.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. I think it's Downtown for me.
I think Downtown only because when I first heard it, I was like, this is the Kendrick Lamar sample.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, why would you do this? Because Kendrick already bodied it.
But then it's
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with Downtown.
Free Max P, free Gucci.
Dude, free Gucci. When he cuts the beat and he's like, free Gucci.
I know.
That's crazy.
Next up, we have MOS and Gucci Mane. We're just talking about him.
Yeah. Gucci Mane's on Hellboy, right?
Yeah. I get Gucci Mane mixed up with Interlude. I don't know why.
Really?
MOS has a really cool drop.
MOS is definitely like a different sounding song, and I agree it does have a good drop. Dude, it's really hard for me to pick anything over Gucci Mane though. It's like such a solid hitter on that tape.
Really?
Like, dude, I love
I feel like Gucci Mane is not a shining song off of Hellboy.
Gucci Mane.
I feel like it's good. I love every song on Hellboy, but I don't feel like that one sticks out as much as some of the other ones.
I think I like it more than MOS. I'm gonna keep it above.
I just really like the drop on MOS, and I kind of like the darker vibe to it. Yeah. So I would go with MOS. So I think we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors.
Let's do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
You just cheated.
But I lost.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't mean to cheat.
You said.
Yeah, that was my bad. All right. Well, I lost again, so it's Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
All right. First matchup over here. We've got Broken Smile, the opening track on Come Over When You're Sober, Part 2. And we have Nose Ring off of Hellboy. It's Nose Ring for me.
Yeah. The thing about Broken Smile is it's so beautifully made sonically. Like, structurally, like, with the drop in it and everything. Like, it's so, like, it's such a well-made song. But, again, you just can't beat the vibes of, like...
Nose Ring? Yeah, I feel like Broken Smile, and I get it since it was the opening track, but the intro is very long. It's like a hard song to listen to, like, it's more than if you're listening to the whole album.
It fits the album perfectly. It's not like a single.
But you can't really listen to it on its own, I don't feel like. So,
I feel that. I'm with Nose Ring on that.
Yeah. Right. Nose Ring moving forward. Next up, we have Awful Things versus Castles. Both with Tracy. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little tough, actually. I think Awful Things is really good. I don't think there's a lot, if really anything, wrong with it. But I think what's interesting about this matchup is that they're both Peep and Tracy songs. Mm-hmm. And I feel like their chemistry is a lot better on Castles. And I feel like they're, like I was saying about Gods, playing off each other a lot more. And I think that's more special than Awful Things, because I'm pretty sure even though Tracy did the song in the video, they weren't really on great terms during that whole era. So I don't feel like you kind of got the same...
I agree with that.
Magic, even though it still ended up being a good song.
I agree with that. The only thing I would say for Awful Things is, like you were saying before, kind of like he like started that pop punk revival thing. Like, Awful Things is the one that I really think did it. Like, that song sounded like a fucking rock song.
Yeah, without like being like derivative.
Yeah, like it didn't sound like the rap rock. It sounded like a fucking rock song.
Yeah.
And like the way he was like yelling the vocals, like his voice was like raspy on top. Like, I think Peep's performance in Awful Things tops Castles, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I really do like the Tracy feature.
It's like, what do you want to focus on? Because Castles is like, it's like, what's a better song for both of them together? What's a better song for Peep's performance? Like,
It's tough.
I would say Awful Things in my opinion.
I think I'm gonna go Castles. All right, let's play rock paper scissors. I'm still going Castles.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Jesus,
Dude, you go for
I know. I
scissors
thought
every
I
time.
was gonna get you on that one. All right, we got Prada versus 2008. This one's pretty easy for me. I think Prada.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
I don't really have a lot to say,
I like literally. I was waiting for you to
and
say
it's
something.
not. And it's not because 2008 isn't good. I just
No,
like.
they're
I
both-
just like Prada
They're
better.
both good songs. Prada's just, I think, better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
That was easy. All right, next up we have Cobain off of Hellboy and Love Letter, produced by Charlie Shuffler. It's probably Cobain.
Yeah, it has to be. Love Letter's good, and I love the Charlie Shuffler era. His whole style when he was working with Charlie was incredible. But I just think Cobain.
It's Cobain, yeah.
Cobain has Tracy on it too, right? Yeah. And again, you just can't.
Yeah,
Like, they're so good.
I agree.
I love Tracy.
Yeah, me too. All right, Cobain's moving forward. All right, next up we have Sunlight on Your Skin, the one with McConan, and we have Absolute in Doubt. Unfortunately, this is pretty easy for me. I don't think that you really get much better like Peep versus than Absolute in Doubt.
Damn, that's crazy. I think I agree. Again, it goes down into like, I think Peep's like performance was better in Absolute in Doubt, but I like the song.
Sunlight on Your Skin.
Dude, it like the da, na, na, that's such a good melody.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Also, it's just two different eras of Peep. So it's like,
True.
what do you want, the more poppy one, or do you want him like really deep in the feels on it? And I'm literally gonna pass on this one because I love both of them. So whatever you feel like is cool with me.
I'm going Absolute in Doubt.
That's fine. His part on Absolute in Doubt is like one of the most heart-wrenching things I've ever heard.
Yeah, and it's like sounds amazing too.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it. All right, next up we have Four Gold Chains and Kiss. Four Gold Chains I think was one of the, it came out posthumously, but he had like a music video for it, so
Yeah, it was already, like,
it was like
filmed.
finished, and that was a Clams Casino beat, which was kind of cool for them to work together.
And I'm a huge Clams Casino fan.
Kiss though is like a really good fucking song.
It is a really good song. I am gonna say Four Gold Chains just because it's one of those ones I've never heard any other song like that really in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's so unique.
I think it's really like I hate to leave Kiss off.
That it's again, I just hate that goes against that.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go Four Gold Chains. I like the music video a lot too, even though it's like one shot. I feel like that music video is a really good example of like a visual representation of what you were talking about way earlier with like things not being super polished.
Oh yeah.
And I think that video just,
There's something magical about like something that's not perfect.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Honestly and Liar. I enjoy Honestly a lot, and I think it's sort of like Move On, Be Strong vibes.
It
But
is.
I enjoy it a lot more than Move On, Be
I've
Strong.
never thought about that. I would say Honestly is better than Liar. I
agree.
think it comes down to the polishment again. It's
Yeah.
like Liar
too polished.
It's good. It's well written. Great melodies. There's something about it that doesn't keep my interest because it's
Yeah.
just like, here's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Honestly is like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, his voice cracked here. Oh, this thing is like over here.
Yeah, it's more interesting.
It's so cool.
I agree. I like Honesty a lot better.
Yeah.
You have Better Off Dying off of Come Over When You're Sober Part 1 and Problems off the same album. Better Off Dying is one of my favorite songs off of, if not my favorite maybe, off of Come Over When You're Sober. So that would be my pick. Problems to me is a good song. It reminds me of like a lot of his previous songs.
It does. I agree. They're both like really amazing in their own right because it's like if you were there before Come Over When You're Sober, Problems felt like natural to you. Like it was like, oh, I've heard this before, and like it's great. And then Better Off Dying was like a little change of scenery with him. I would say in terms of like holding their own off of the album, Better Off Dying, I think. is
Yeah,
better.
that's what I'm going to pick too, just because I like it a lot more. All right, next up we have Save That Shit and California World with Craig Zinn.
This is tough because I love the fucking melody of California World, but in my opinion, Save That Shit was probably my like top song off that album.
Really?
I love that song.
I would go with California World. I think Save That Shit is right before Problems is probably my least favorite song.
Really? Dude, I love my favorite part that whole song that makes it so good to me is the drop at the beginning that sounds like it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you're not ready for this song to drop, and then it like cuts, and then it's like he's already going.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
I was so surprised when that was like the song that took off of the tape. Other than Ben's Truck.
I love that song.
I would have thought it would be Better Off Dying when Save That Shit started to become really popular. I would
say Better Off Dying is better than Save That Shit in terms of this bracket, but I love that song.
I agree. I would go with California World though. California Girls fucking with me in the summer, bro.
I like that song. I just love Save That Shit.
All right, we gotta play Rock, Paper, Scissors, Shoot. Fuck, man. I haven't even won one. Jeez.
Dude, we all know who the Lil Peep fan is here.
All right, next up we have We Think Too Much and Praying to the Sky. Kind of both incredibly sad songs. Like, really sad.
I don't know why that just made me laugh. I don't have a whole lot to say because I think they're, like you said, they're both kind of like in the same vein. I like Praying to the Sky.
Really? I would say We Think Too Much. Just the intro where he goes, nobody wants to talk to me, but everyone wants to walk with me. I feel like everybody can relate to that line.
That's true.
Like some point in their life. But I'm not trying to
swayed me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Too much.
That is good.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Next up we have 5 Degrees and the OG version of Leanin'. So
I'm all the way 5 degrees on
yeah, me too. 5 Degrees is great.
Feeling like it's 5 degrees tonight.
I will say the OG version of Leanin' is like 400,000 times better than the one on the album.
Yeah.
That one I think got the worst of being like
overdone.
Yeah, and like they changed the whole beat. It just like
it didn't seem right to me. I loved the original Leanin', but
me too.
5 Degrees is like almost a fucking perfect song.
I agree. Next up we have Life is Beautiful, the one off of the album.
Okay.
And we have Hair Dye. I know that you already said that Hair Dye is one of your favorite Peep songs.
It's the best song that's ever been created.
Life is Beautiful. I didn't like it first because it was Life, which had come out a long time ago.
Yeah, and I love the original Life.
And I love the original, and I felt like the original had more of like a weirder vibe to it. It had like the drips and the intro and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to you, actually having this conversation. I like really hated what they did to it.
Yeah.
But I've completely come.
Yeah, because I remember you were like, I hate this, and I was like, it doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. I remember that, and I've completely come around. I actually like love it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I love the original still. But
so are you picking that over Hair Dye then?
I don't know, because Hair Dye does have the little part where
he cuts the vote.
Yeah, I can't forget about anything at all.
You make the voice
yeah,
dude. And then
no, I think it is Hair Dye.
Baby, it's not fair.
That's
You're
like
in my head.
That's like an emo song.
That lyric, it's not that I don't care. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's Hair Dye.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I was about to.
Life is Beautiful is a beautiful song.
It's incredible.
I have cried to that.
I think the writing process of Life is Beautiful is so.
Oh yeah, it's a better written song.
Yeah,
too.
like in terms of like deepness, I don't even know where his head was at when he was making.
Yeah, me either.
It's so wild.
And he made it really early in his career, like at least the lyric part. So, all right, next up we have Stop the Car with Horsehead, and we have Sex with My Ex, which was on Come Over When You're Sober Part 2. Stop the Car, I don't feel like neither of these are super strong in his discography.
If these were against other things, I would pick the other things probably. Yeah. I would say Stop the Car just for the nostalgia vibes of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that too. Sex with My Ex is probably one of my least favorite songs off.
It's good. It's good. It's just, I don't know. If I have to pick.
All right, next up.
This is the hardest fucking one. This is bullshit.
All right, next up we have Lil Kennedy versus Beamer Boy.
This is whack, bro. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's like, it's like Star Shop. Well,
they're both kind of star shopping in their own respects.
I know, but like Beamer Boy was like, that
true.
shit. I'm going to keep it 10,000% though. I like Lil Kennedy better.
Really?
Yes. Bro, it's the fucking beat selection. There's no way he took this fucking. That sounds like one of those music boxes where like the girls. There's no way.
I agree, but I think I would have to go Beamer Boy. Just because
I'm okay if Beamer Boy wins. I'm gonna be really sad.
We can play rock paper scissors.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, okay.
But this is no hate to Beamer Boy because it's so good. But let's do it.
Okay.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Fuck.
Yes.
Damn. Okay, well, Beamer Boy's gone so early in the bracket.
Yeah, it makes me really sad. Why couldn't we split that with Sex with My Ex?
All right, moving on. We've got Girls with Horsehead and Giving Girls Cocaine with Lil Tracy.
This is tough.
I feel like these are in the same caliber to me. Like, in terms of, like, they're both really good.
Yeah.
But, like, one of them doesn't super clearly stick out to me. But
I
my
feel like
heart...
you're gonna say you like girls.
No, my heart would say Giving Girls Cocaine.
Thank you. Oh my god, I thought you were not gonna say that.
No, I like that song a lot.
Dude, Girls is the most perfect chorus of all time because it's so easy and just like I get why that song was a fucking hit, but Giving Girls Cocaine with the in the background,
I agree.
Yeah.
I hate to see like most of these songs I'm really sad to see go.
Yeah.
Moving right along, we got I Crash You Crash and White Wine. Another Tracy song with another Tracy song.
Yeah. I know what I'm picking though. And
all right, let's say it at the same time.
ready, set, go. I Crash You Crash.
White Wine.
You didn't say it at the same time, first of all.
Yeah, I know. I messed up.
It's I let the time pass too fast. I crash, you crash. That
I feel you
is like such a beautiful one.
I'm picking White Wine, and this is very like specific to me because it was the first Peep song I ever heard and got me into it. And then also I listened to it the first time when I saw the music video, and that music video has been like super influential to me.
I love that video.
And like how I shot stuff, and even like how some of our videos came out.
Oh yeah, we definitely talked about that before.
So I would go with White Wine, but I totally get where you're coming from. I Crash You Crash is a great song too.
And just the sample on it too is so good.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh my god.
It is good.
Yeah.
That's still White Wine for me though. So
Alright.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh my god, I've lost every single one.
Suck at this.
Back over on the other side, first matchup is Yesterday versus Falling for Me.
It's all the way Yesterday for me.
Yeah, I agree. Falling for Me is a really good song. I find myself listening to that a lot, and then whenever I listen to it, I kind of like listen to it more than once.
Yeah.
But Yesterday, I don't listen to quite as much, but I agree that overall it's a better song.
I remember the first time I ever heard Yesterday, and I was like, dude, I've heard this song before. But I couldn't like pinpoint it for some reason. Just the way he switched it just enough. Shave my head, tell my friends that I'm dead. Like, it's just so perfectly like just different enough from the original song to be incredible.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Charlie Shuffler because it's incredible.
Facts.
I'm with it.
All right, Yesterday's moving forward. All right, we got Live Forever versus Gym Class.
All the way Gym Class for me.
This is a lot tougher for me.
Gym Class is such a hard song to beat. I don't know, man. I don't know how you could pick Live Forever over Gym Class.
Really?
I get it, but it's just like, this is no brainer for me.
I think ultimately you're probably right. I do like Live Forever a lot, though.
Don't let me influence your decision.
No. I think that you're right ultimately.
Hell yeah, I am.
So let's move Gym Class forward. Next up, we have Cry Alone versus Your Eyes. This one's easy for me.
I know it is, and I'm gonna piss you off with it.
Really?
It's gonna be Cry Alone for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It has to be Your Eyes for me. I think that Cry Alone, actually really funny, and I might put this in the video if I can find it. When that music video came out, I commented on it, and I said top 10 Peep songs of all time.
Yeah.
Because I meant that. I don't know if I feel that way anymore, but I really enjoyed it when it came out, and I did feel that way, and people were so mad at me.
Yeah.
In the replies.
It's because you can't... A new song can't be your favorite song, dude.
But I said top 10.
People do that with my music.
Okay, but
people will be like, "Yo, I love the song
good.
you just put out." I've been here since fucking.
Yeah, so I get it, but I love Cry Alone. I like that it's very like simple and stripped down.
It's so good,
and it's almost like he didn't even give a fuck about making a good song, but like that helped the song.
Cry Alone is a perfect performance song. Because after you listen to it one time, you know every lyric in it, and the crowd can just scream it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all that being said, even though I agree with it, I'm still gonna ride for Your Eyes.
I'm done. I'm gonna knock out your favorite.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
let's go! Fun. My first win. All right, Your Eyes.
Also, I just love when he says like, "I hate everybody in my hometown. It's all the rich kids that look at me now." Like,
no, it's a great song. I love it.
Bar, bro.
I love it. All right, next up we have classic Hellboy versus High School. I mean,
you have to go Hellboy.
Yeah, I agree.
I love High School, but you gotta go Hellboy.
I agree. I don't think there's a lot to say about that. Perfect opener for the whole album. Too.
Incredible, dude. The sample they put in the beginning. Oh, it's so good.
Next up, we have Walk Away as the Door Slams, the original, and the song they play when I crash into the wall. I feel like I know what you're going to pick, and I don't feel like we're going to agree.
All right, on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
The song they play when they crash into the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you, but I just love the song they played when I crashed into the wall.
I'm not mad at that. Like, if it won, I wouldn't be upset. But Walk Away as the Door Slams, like, helped me out of, like, serious moments of, like, I think I might kill myself. And, like, that song is just, like, it's so meaningful. And I also love it even more because it's such a good acoustic song, too. Like, when they did do
No, I agree.
the revamp and, like, watching the documentary when they play it as he's walking home, like, brought the song to a whole new light to me again.
Yeah.
And, like, something about that song is just perfect. Plus, you got... you know, the Tracy feature on it, and, like, it's just so good to me. I just love it.
But this is the original one, so none of that matters.
I still like the song. Fuck off. I mean,
Well, do you want to rock, paper, scissors yet?
That's fine.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck, dude.
See, I'm getting all my wins in. All right, next up we have Ghost Boy and Driveway.
I have a favorite here.
I do too. What's yours?
Driveway.
Mine's Ghost Boy.
Wow, what the fuck, man?
Driveway, like I just said before, like, it's just a little, like, it's just not 100% for me. And I would still listen to it and enjoy it.
I feel you. I mean, I like Ghost Boy too. Very simple, reverby vocals. It's a vibe. The melody doesn't hit me the same way that Driveway does. I just can't let Driveway go. For the same reasons I said before, man. It's those lyrics. It's so good.
All right,
I love
well,
it.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck you. Sorry, Ghost Boy. I love Ghost Boy, but I can't.
Driveway's going to win this bracket at this rate. All right, next up we have Switch Up versus Gods. I'm going to go with Switch Up. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Gods.
I'm going to go with God. I don't have much to say on this.
Switch Up is a cool song, though, and I think it's probably underappreciated in his catalog.
I agree.
And I like the music video, but Gods is better. I was tripping for a second.
I just think Gods is all around a better song. It's just as simple as that.
All right, next up we have Witchblades.
This is so
and
easy.
Fingers. Yeah, it's
Witchblades. Easy,
Yeah,
dude.
okay.
That's like another one of those star shopping. Like,
I agree.
dude.
Sorry.
Hearing Juicy J talk about that was the coolest shit.
Yeah,
ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Pray I Die versus Fucked
This
Up.
one's hard. It's hard for me because Fucked Up was the first song I ever heard from him, so it has a special place in my heart. I do think Pray I Die is a better song.
Yeah, I think Pray I Die is a better song as well.
Cool. I'm
Pray
with
I
that.
Die today. I don't even think that's how it goes, but but I remember it.
It's so funny.
Next up,
This is-
ooh.
Yo.
Okay. Next up, we have Red Drop Shoddy versus Star Shopping.
Okay, so we obviously know, I don't even have to say what's going to win this one. Unpopular opinion, because I see so many people talking about this song, like even on TikTok now. Curb Lagoop's verse is good, guys. Don't trip. Curb Lagoop is fire, and he eats this song alive.
I don't quite feel as passionately about the Curb Lagoop verse as Zack. I don't think it's
love that verse.
I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people would have you believe. I don't think it's particularly.
I genuinely feel like that's one of the strongest features that Lil Peep has ever gotten. Not ironically, bro. I love that fucking song.
I don't really have a comment to that, but yeah, it's Star Shopping. It's pretty
Yeah, I mean,
obvious.
it's easy star shopping, but I fucking love Curb Lagoop's verse.
No, I like him as an artist, and like I don't know, I just it's not my favorite part of Hellboy. I'll just put it
I don't
that
think
way.
it's the top song on Hellboy, but
Yeah. All right, next up we have Dying Out West and Sex Last Night. Ooh, I don't know. Dying Out West is kind of a banger.
it is a banger, and I also think it's one of my favorite Tracy Peep collabs. That whole tape was perfect, really.
I agree.
It's the layered vocals on Sex Last Night. Just can't lose. I love it.
Yeah, I think if I got in the car right now and had to pick one of these to listen to, I
would
would
be
listen to
sick.
Sex Last
Yeah.
Night. Right, moving forward, we have Let Me Bleed and White Tea.
This is tough too because White Tea, like, iconic for being the Tracy Peep,
Like song.
like that. Yeah, that was.
I also think it's still in his top 5 most
Is it
popular on
really?
Spotify, yeah.
That makes sense.
Also, it's a Postal Service sample.
Yeah. It makes sense. And hearing the backstory about, like, they made it the day they met.
Yeah.
And, like, I love the video of them just, like, pulling up in the driveway.
Me too.
I still think Let Me Bleed's a better song. Like...
Damn, is that what you're picking?
If you take away all the backstory and just go song for song, Let Me Bleed is better, in my opinion.
Is that what you're picking?
Yeah.
I'm going YT.
Scissors, shoot. Fuck that, bro. That's fine. YT's a great.
Yeah, YT's a great song.
I just don't like losing.
I feel that. All right, next up we have Regrets versus Worlds Away.
This one for me is pretty easy. Won't lie. It's Worlds Away for me.
I agree. Regrets is kind of a unique song, but it doesn't do a lot for me past that.
It's like, it's a good listen. I just don't think it's like, I've never listened to that song and been like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
Just, it is what it is.
Next up we have I've Been Waiting, the original version, not the one with Fall Out Boy, but just the one where it's Peep and McCona.
Yeah.
And Bench Truck Part 2.
This is tough. I think I'm going to pick Bench Truck Part 2.
Same.
But honorable mention to I've Been Waiting, because when I first heard it, I was like, dude, Peep is going in a crazy cool direction.
His vocals are really incredible on that song.
It's insane, dude. And I just, like, that was, again, it was one of the polished moments where I saw him, like, performing at the Grammys, like, being that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was like him turning into a pop star, and I think people are going to take that in the wrong way because people are like, pop stars are stupid. That shit was so cool, dude. It was so cool for him to do.
I agree.
Him and McConaughey's chemistry on a track and off a track, like just them together, is such a good mix. So I loved it. But Ben Struck has my...
You know what? Now that you said all that, though, I think I kind of want to go with I've Been Waiting, because I feel like it's, you know, just like the progression.
It was literally when people was going like this and then went like this.
Yeah, and I appreciate. I feel like I should stand up for the progression. So
I'm down to stand up for the progression.
Yeah. I do love Bench Truck Part 2 though.
I know, it's so good.
But yeah, we should stand up for.
In the video where he's holding the cereal box.
Yeah, it's legendary. Cool. Next up, we have Downtown versus The Way I See Things.
Both great songs. I have a pick, but I'll let you go first.
It's Downtown.
Yeah, it's all the way downtown.
The Way I See Things that's another like really sad song.
I love that song.
I have a feeling that I'm not going to be here for next year.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just...
So let's laugh a little before I'm gone. That's like chills.
It's just one of those songs that I couldn't listen to every day.
Facts.
Because it was like perfect when I was driving in the rain and I was really fucking sad. But if I'm getting in the car with my friends, I'm not putting on The Way I See Things.
Yeah, facts. Okay, let's go Downtown. All right, next up we have You Said versus Gucci Mane. You Said is actually, I think I said Better Off Dying is my favorite song off Coming Over When You're Sober, but I think it's actually You Said.
I'll give you You Said.
The second half of that song is incredible.
It's nuts.
It's so good.
It's perfect.
And I don't think the first half, like the build-up, is as good, but I feel like once you get to the payoff, it just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gets fucked up. That's why we get fucked up.
Yeah. So that's all the way. Yeah. I'll take that over Gucci.
Cool. All right, You Said.
I remember listening to all these albums for the first time, dude. I wish I could go back.
Me too. Next one up over here, we have OMFG and Nose Ring. I think I know what you're going to pick, and I think we're going to disagree.
1, 2, 3.
OMFG. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought you had told me at one point that you weren't crazy about that song.
I wasn't when I first heard it.
Okay.
I've grown an affection for it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was along the lines of like Drive By with me.
Okay.
Where I was just like, come on.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
It's such a strangely powerful thing to say of like, I used to want to kill myself, came up, still want to kill myself. That's like such a, it's just, I don't know, that I don't feel like that can't like not stick with you.
See, the crazy thing is you know how you were talking about how like he had some melodramatic lyrics at some time?
Yeah.
That was the one that like, that line didn't stick with me.
Really?
I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
But now I respect the shit out of the line, but it's just like, when I first heard it, I was like,
Yeah. I think it's just interesting because that song came out on Hellboy, and like, I don't feel like his like newfound fame was fully realized, but I feel like that was him kind of getting it and just being like, I don't really feel any better than like I did before.
I can definitely, I think that's part of the reason I like the song so much more, is when I first heard it, like, not to say that I'm like big famous, but like I didn't have like much recognition, And I thought it was one of those ones where I used to listen to music and be like, why are these people complaining about this shit?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I started getting recognition. I was like, well, I don't feel any better either. And then I started writing the exact same fucking shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I loved it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, next up we have Ben's Truck, the first one, and Awful Things. That's crazy.
That's a toughie. Maybe unpopular opinion, still I'm going to pick Awful Things.
Really?
It's the same reason as I said before. It's Ben's Truck is perfect. It was still a Peep song. Awful Things like created this whole new like category of even of Peep and of like people. How many people are still following in that footstep?
Yeah, true. I think Ben's Truck is what put Peep on in like the real mainstream though.
Yeah,
Because I remember like my brother,
yeah,
who's like not into like this type of music, hit me up and was like, "Oh, I like this song."
Yeah, I think
was
my brother that was
"What?"
the first one he liked too.
Yeah, so
I've been trying to put him on.
But I feel you about Awful Things too.
I'm down for either one of these, honestly. I'm gonna let you decide. Ben's Truck has the coolest video though. I like that video.
I don't know. I kind of like the Awful Things video.
I like the high budget of the Awful Things video. I'm not a huge fan of the ending of that video.
Oh yeah, where he just like lights himself on fire.
It just seems like it kind of ended.
I think I have to go with Ben's Truck.
That's cool.
Is that fine?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Idiot.
All right. Next up, we have Falling Down, the one with X versus Prada.
I think I would go with Prada. I think Falling Down is like a heavy hitter. I'm not mad that X was on that song. I can't give it the ranking without like Peep didn't know X was on that song.
Yeah.
It's like really hard to move that on in the rankings of a Peep song when he had no decision in that being made.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
I love the song.
I agree with that ultimately. I know a lot of people like really think it's like
I'm not
borderline like disrespectful though that like that collab happened. I don't really feel that way. I think that like especially in the music industry, stuff like that's gonna happen.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. And I do think ultimately the song came out pretty good for what it is.
X did a really good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't like in all good conscience like move that on past like a completed song.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, let's move Prada forward. All right, next up we have Cobain versus Ghost Girl. For me, it's Cobain.
I'm gonna go Ghost Girl.
Really?
Dude, it's the rap part. It's so cool.
Yeah, okay.
The flow switch. Also the beat is so weird. I love it.
I think I just have to ride for Cobain because I feel like that's a staple in his discography.
It is a staple and I love that song. But I'm down to rock, paper, scissors on it.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck. All right, Ghost Girl's moving forward.
Yeah, I'm picking this bracket.
All right, next up we have Haunt You versus Absolute in Doubt.
Is Absolute in Doubt spelled like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Wait, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, it does have
Yeah, I want to say.
That's okay. Just pretend to spell it right.
Okay, probably gonna be unpopular. I'm gonna pick Haunt You. Absolute in Doubt, like we said before, is some of the best like Peep verse I've ever heard. There's something about Haunt You. This sounds really corny, but it's haunting, bro. Like it literally is. Like the whole like reverb on it, and then it sounds stupid, but it's literally the way he says, I'm gone.
Yeah, okay.
That accent is so hard.
Okay. I agree, but it's Absolute in Doubt. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So we gotta play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck. Next up, we have Angel Dust, and we have 4 Gold Chains.
I pick Angel Dust over 4 Gold Chains. I think 4 Gold Chains is super strong. I think the reasons we listed before were really good. You know, it's super different. I think it's really hard to beat Angel Dust. And also, the fucking sample at the end is so hard, and it's stuck with me forever.
Do it.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
That's perfect. Just for that, I think I'm gonna go with Angel Dust.
You spelled it Angle Dust, by the way. Shit.
Did you notice that at the beginning?
I noticed that while I was talking about it, and I just didn't want to say anything.
All right, whatever. Moving on. We have Keep My Cool. And honestly, I'm going to move Keep My Cool forward, in my opinion. Well, I mean, we have to see what you have to say, but that's what I would move forward just because it's like impressively good for being one of the first songs that he ever made.
Yeah,
and I think
that wasn't even out until his documentary, right?
No, but it was like really old.
Yeah, I'm down with Keep My Cool. I think honestly is like technically a better song, but I think Keep My cool. It has like, it's just this weird vibe to it that just makes you want to like.
Yeah, I think that if anyone heard that, like when he first made it, I feel like it'd be kind of impossible for anyone to be like, not be like, wow. And like you can tell he was super talented.
I think the way that it came out was like kind of helped it. Like if that was just another song that was in the discography forever.
Sure, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? I think it might have got overshadowed, but like.
That's a good point.
Coming out.
And like the story behind it.
And knowing that he was this old when he had made it.
Mm-hmm.
Like helped it just be so cool, and I love that song.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. All right, next up we have Lil Peep, Lil Tracy, also called Us. I'm pretty sure I've seen it both ways, and Better Off Dying. I
pick Lil Peep, Lil Tracy. I think, in my opinion, this is like top tier of their collabs. I think they both just ate it up. I love when Peep is like, "Where's Lil Tracy?" Like. It's just one of those lines that's just like so cool.
Yeah,
it's like when Uzi said, "Someone found my bestie. Think I found my bestie."
Yeah, you could tell they were like in the same room.
And like fucking around with each other as they made it. Like they were having fun. And then like Tracy talking about, "Have I ever had a 9 to 5? No, I didn't. Got more money than a manager at Burger King." Yeah, that's like hard. I've never heard anything like that.
That's hard. I do love Better Off Dying. I think that like objectively it's sonically a better song.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Lil Peep, Lil Tracy's better.
Let's go.
All right, next up we have 19 and Save That Shit.
This is easy for me.
Really?
Yes. Super easy.
I'm going 19.
100%.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
19 is like one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life.
I agree. I don't have a lot to say about it other than just like, it's great.
I think it's really interesting. Fuck the people at his label or whatever, but hearing that girl talk about the first time she ever heard Peep was 19. It's that lady that like signed him.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah, she's talking about it. She's like the first time I ever heard it, someone played it for me. Within the first 15 seconds, I knew this guy was special.
She was talking about 19?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever... Is that in the documentary?
Yeah.
I don't know if I caught...
Yeah, because she's talking about when he's talking about everybody think I'm cool, I don't like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that lady, but...
Facts.
I just thought that was like a really cool... Because like that's how I felt when I first heard him too.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm cool with that. Let's move 19 forward. All right, next up we have another song, and We Think Too Much. This one's easy for me.
I think I am down with it.
What?
We Think Too Much.
Ooh, I was gonna say another song. Yeah, I think that the writing on that is like better. I mean, I don't know. I think it's more. I like the storytelling aspect more.
Yeah, but I think.
And I really like the line about how he's like talking about being on the edge and thinking if he should fall, and then wondering if he's gonna break his legs, and then have to carry on. That's like kind of a crazy thing to think about when you're contemplating.
Yeah.
Like
it like breaks it down to like a real.
Yeah, it feels like
aspect.
Really real.
Yeah, like he was really thinking about this shit.
Yeah,
he was kind of just writing down his thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with that. Okay.
Yeah? Okay,
I'm down.
cool.
That's true. That's cool.
Next up, we have Runaway and 5 Degrees. Runaway is cool. This is the... I made this bracket with the original version. They recently, I don't know if you heard, released the OG version, like, before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which they sound very similar.
Yeah.
I like the OG version better, but... Either way,
Runaway
it's up against 5 Degrees.
On the album, wasn't it the one that sounded like weirdly, like they mixed it and compressed it weird?
Yeah, he sounds sort of underwater.
Yeah, okay.
And he doesn't sound that way as much on the original one. Okay. I like that song. I like the OG better, but it's also up against 5 Degrees.
5 Degrees is just, you don't lose.
I agree. Ooh, next up we have Crybaby versus Hair Dye. That's probably tough for you.
That's tough. That's super tough. I'm gonna keep it a bug. This is super unpopular opinion. Crybaby wasn't the best song on Crybaby.
What do you think was?
Either Ghost Girl or Yesterday.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like people would hate you for that.
Yeah, I know. But in my opinion, I don't know why, man. I love that song. It's awesome. And please don't come for my fucking neck because I love that song. But Hair Dye is literally my favorite Lil Peep song. It's not. I'm not budging.
I would have to go with Crybaby.
If you knock out my favorite Lil Peep
I guess we'll see. You ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's
but
okay.
like
I get it.
I don't think it would have won the bracket.
It would have for me.
Really?
I mean, dude, I will never vote against Hair Dye.
All right, next up we have Toxic City and Stop the Car. Super easy for me, actually. Toxic City.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I feel like you
Toxic
kind of
City.
had, he's shouting out like Team Sesh. And I think Drip 11 or 133 is part of Sesh, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he produced it, so that was cool.
I love Toxic City. Also, cool ass name.
I agree. That's, yeah,
Down with it.
nothing more to say. It's Toxic City. Okay, next up, we have Lil Jeep and Lil Kennedy.
I'm going Lil Kennedy again. He's just such a weird, cool song. It like has a unmistakable.
Lil Kennedy reminds me a tiny, tiny bit of Feels, but like it doesn't make me uncomfortable or freak me out
Really?
at all. Yeah. But I mean that like I feel like Lil Kennedy's a better version.
See, I think Lil Kennedy kind of reminds me of Teen Romance a lot in the way that they're both just weird. But Lil Kennedy's so hard.
Yeah, I think the answer is Lil Kennedy.
Let's go.
All right, next up we have White Girl off of Total Winter Sober Part 2 and Giving Girls Cocaine. This one's easy for me.
I would say Giving Girls Cocaine,
Yeah.
but I think White Girl's the one that he has like the coolest ad libs ever, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, where he's like, she come over and she make me a meal for real. Like that shit's so hard. No, Giving Girls Cocaine is a better song in my opinion.
Okay, let's move that forward. All right, next up we have Interlude and I Crash, You Crash. Ooh.
I want to hear it because I already know what I want.
I think I would go
You're gonna
with...
piss me off if you get this wrong.
I really like Interlude, but I would go with I Crash,
Thank you,
Crash.
God. Okay. Yeah.
Interlude's really classic.
It's
though.
really good, and I love
2 racks on these Gucci shoes.
why the fuck did I do that? And then I didn't realize, but you had like explained that line to me where they had given him the advance for like fat or for stuff, and he spent a bunch of it on
Yeah, I
shit.
think that was his first like big purchase.
That's really tight, and I also love like how down to earth it makes him.
Yeah.
Because he's like really recognizing shit. But just I Crash, You Crash is just such a beautiful song.
I agree. First up, back on the other side, we have Yesterday and Gym Class. I'm kind of feeling how you were on the last round with Gym Class, where I feel like Gym Class should win.
I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love Yesterday so much, but it just, I think with it being a remix of another song, not that I'm mad that it takes so much, but taking so much from the other song, I like the originality of Gym Class more.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Ooh, it might be tough for me. We have Your Eyes versus Hellboy.
I know what I want.
I think I'm going to have to give it to Hellboy just because it's like more of a moment. It's more Lil Peep.
Yeah, and
Like if you're showing someone Lil Peep, you're going to show them Hellboy before you show them Your Eyes.
Also, like it was just a defining moment in his career.
I agree. Your Eyes is still probably my favorite Peep song, but it's Hellboy. All right, next up we have the song they play when I crash into the wall versus Driveway. Easy for me. Once again, I'm just not really feeling a lot of the
We're just on separates on this one.
Yeah, Driveway compared to all the other songs been up against just hasn't really done it for me.
I'm okay with each of these winning. I like Driveway better though.
Do you want to rock paper scissors?
Yeah.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh no, dude! Driveway is gonna win the bracket. That's crazy. All right, next up we have Gods and Witchblades. This is pretty easy. Both Little People, Tracy. Gods is really great, but it's Witchblades.
You don't beat Witchblades.
No, you don't
Yeah.
really beat Witchblades. I agree.
Again, it was a defining moment too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we have Pray I Die and Star Shopping. It's Star Shopping.
Yes, yes. I love Pray I Die, but no way.
All right, next up we have Sex Last Night and White Tea. Do you want to say it on 3?
Yeah, ready? Set.
1, 2, 3. Sex Last Night.
Let's go,
cool.
baby. We're on the same page.
I think White Tea is great, but it's Sex Last Night.
White Tea just has a crazy background to it.
Yeah.
It means more. Like in
I
terms
agree.
of like them.
I agree.
But
All right, next up we have Worlds Away and I've Been Waiting, the one with McConan
okay.
that I rode for.
You rode. Are you gonna keep riding?
No.
Yeah, I appreciated the riding for it, but World's Away so much better.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next up we have Downtown versus You Said. This is a little bit tough.
This is tough, but I have a pick.
What is it?
Downtown.
Oh.
Dude, it's the sample flip. It's the sample flip, and then he has the line about like everybody want to ride with me. Like, that's so hard.
Everybody want to ride around town with me.
Yeah.
I just love the second half of You Said.
I know, but I feel like here's the thing: is if you like the second half of You Said, does that make up for the first half? Because Downtown is just solid through.
bad. Yeah.
No,
you're
I mean
right.
the first half isn't bad, but like
Yeah, it's Downtown.
go.
That's fine with me. I feel like we're in the middle ground where some of these will be kind of easy.
Yeah.
And then the next couple rounds will be really hard.
I'm curious to see what's actually gonna win this.
Me too. Next up we got OMFG versus Ben's Truck.
I think OMFG is better in terms of meaning. I think Ben's Truck sounds better.
Yeah, I agree with all of that.
Ben Stroke's just easier to digest too. Again, if you're gonna show somebody a Peep song who's never heard Peep, what are you showing them?
Ben Stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. All right. Next up, we have Prada and Ghost Girl.
I think we're gonna disagree on this, but
I'm gonna go Prada.
yeah, I'm Ghost Girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Prada is just like it's a cool song. It just sounds cool.
Alone in a lonely world.
Yeah, I just like Prada more. I don't know how to explain it. But.
Get it out. Right, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh. Let's go.
Next up, we have Haunt You and Angel Dust. I'm going Angel Dust.
I'm going Angel Dust also.
Okay, cool. I don't have a lot to say. I just feel
it's the sample.
Yeah, it's the sample. You're right.
Look at me, dead man.
All right, next up we have Keep My Cool and Lil Peep, Lil Tracy.
I was riding for Keep My Cool with you, but I
agree. I think it's Lil Peep, Lil Tracy.
I don't think it beats Lil Peep, Lil Tracy.
No, I agree. It's just the Burger King line.
Dude, it's so good. And then he said, "She wanna ride me like some new rims." Like that's that's crazy. Hard.
Also, to say a lyric like "I got more money than a manager at Burger King," like, and not be like being ironic, and also not being like cringe.
Yeah,
is
like
pretty crazy.
I imagine in a perfect scenario, one of his biggest fans is a manager at Burger King.
Yeah,
and heard that and didn't know how to feel about it. And I love that.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have 19 and Another Song.
I know what I'm picking here.
You want to say it at the same time?
Yeah, 1,
3, 2, 1, 19. I feel like 19 is almost like a step up of Another Song. I feel like they sound somewhat similar, but like 19 just kind of hits the mark.
I think
across the board better.
I think Another Song, the lyrics kind of are more in depth, and 19 is like, it's almost more surface level, if that makes sense, but it just flows so much better to me.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's do 19. All right, next up we have 5 Degrees versus Crybaby. This, on the surface, seems pretty hard, but I think we will agree.
All right, ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, 5 degrees. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just such a great song.
It's like so good.
Next up we have Toxic City versus Lil Kennedy.
I know you know where I'm going with this.
Are you gonna say Lil Kennedy?
Yeah, of course I am.
I'm gonna say Toxic City.
I love Lil Kennedy.
Yeah, I just feel like Toxic City I would rather listen to right now.
I can't believe I keep bringing up Teen Romance with Lil Kennedy, but I can't believe that's not on this bracket because
Teen Romance?
Yes.
I almost put it on here,
dude,
but
I love that song for the sole fact of the I really like your pants.
Oh,
that's the hardest fucking line ever. All right, you want to rock?
Yeah, because I'm going Toxic City. I like the flow and like it's just more interesting.
I'm not mad at Toxic City if it wins, but I love Lil Kennedy. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Boom.
That's all you. That's cool.
All right, next up we have Giving Girls Cocaine and I Crash You Crash, both with Lil Tracy.
This is tough.
It's easy for me. I'm going Giving Girls Cocaine.
I'm going I Crash You Crash.
Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a great song.
You're wrong, but okay.
Giving Girls Cocaine is just a vibe.
I'm ready to rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
No.
Yo, you're gone.
All right, next up on the other side, these are probably going to start getting hard.
Oh, this is tough.
We have Gym Class and Hellboy.
Here's my thought process.
Okay.
Hellboy wins if you're looking at, like, moments. Gym Class, to me, is a better song. Like, sonically, it just sounds catchier to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I would go with Hellboy.
I respect that.
Gym Class is a vibe, but I feel like that's my favorite part about it. It's just that it's a vibe. Hellboy is like also a vibe, but I think it's like more of a hit. Yeah.
Like distinct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would still say Gym Class, but I'm down with either one. So, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Sorry, Gym Class. I'd be curious to see what most people would say about that.
That's a really tough pair.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next up we have Driveway and Witchblades. I know that you really love Driveway.
I'm going Witchblades on that.
Yeah, it's Witchblades.
You can't beat Driveway held its own, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Witchblades. Shut up. It actually won the rock paper scissors both times.
Like 4 times, I feel like. Yeah. Next up we have Star Shopping and Sex Last Night. So I had this problem with my Uzi bracket because I had Extra Tour Life on there.
Yeah.
And it was getting pretty far. And this is what I feel about Star Shopping. Like, I don't really want Star Shopping to win, but I don't want it. I don't want to have that thought into my head and then like not win because of that.
I vote for Sex Last Night on this.
Really,
I love Star Shopping. I think it's awesome. I literally don't have an answer why. But
That's
Sex Last
fine.
Night
Yeah.
resonates better.
We should leave this up to chance, I think, and do rock paper scissors.
That's fine. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Ooh, okay. I'm fine with that.
We're gonna get blasted for this. I'm sacrilegious.
Sex Last Night is a great song. I feel like maybe some people who are fans of Peep maybe have not heard it because it was just a single.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit older. I feel like kind of came out around the time like right before he like got super big in the underground.
Yeah.
So if you have not heard it, you should.
I'm also trying to think about like just personally what I like better and not like Star Shopping's
Yeah,
obviously
it's
a bigger
hard.
song for his career.
These brackets are hard because the way you judge them
Yeah,
changes.
it's
Like
yeah, and
but it's like,
everyone-
what can you do about that?
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Worlds Away and Downtown. Easy for me, I think it's Downtown.
I think it's Worlds Away.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. I wouldn't have expected that.
I love Worlds Away.
Okay, fair enough. Well, rock paper scissors.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Jesus, dude. All right, next up we have Ben's Truck and Ghost Girl. I'm going Ben's Truck.
I'm going Ben Struck.
Okay.
Tough though, because I think Ghost Girl is like really close in terms of like quality of a song.
Yeah, I feel you, but it's Ben's Truck.
Yeah. But it's Ben Struck.
Next up we have Angel Dust and Lil Peep, Lil Tracy.
I'm going Lil Peep, Lil Tracy.
I think I am too.
Angel Dust is really solid, but I think it.
Actually, oh god, maybe I'll go Angel Dust.
The only thing is I think it's lackluster in terms of it's a great listen. Lil Peep, Lil Tracy is like it's like you can tell it's just a fucking hit, bro. It's so catchy and like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Angel Dust is more unique though, so
I agree.
I'm going with Angel Dust.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Fuck. Ooh.
Oh, this is tough.
All right, we have 19 versus 5 degrees. Where I just said that 19 felt like a step above
You think 5
another
degrees?
song. I feel like 5 degrees sounds like a step above 19. But I'm also not 100% sure which one came out before the other one.
Yeah.
But in my head, what makes sense is 5 degrees came out after because it sounds like a building on the 19 vibe. But I could even be wrong about
That's
that.
interesting.
So I would go with 5 degrees, even though I think 19's like a classic. Also, 5 degrees has yet to get like an official release, which kind of
That's true.
sucks.
I still would go to 19.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. Dude, that song's so good. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Dude.
This is ridiculous.
I can't believe it. I thought 5 degrees might have won. If it got to the next round, I was thinking it might have won.
And maybe.
Next up, we got Toxic City and I Crash You Crash. I'm feeling I Crash You Crash.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that
I'm feeling
song.
I Crash
I'm
You
with
Crash.
it.
All right.
I love Toxic City, but thank you for that.
No, I think it's a better song. In the semifinals, we have Hellboy and Witchblades.
Two fucking amazing songs, but I have to give it to the chemistry between the two.
Witchblades? That's what I would say too.
Cool.
I would give it to Witchblades.
That's cool with me. Also, I think Witchblades just stands alone better. Hellboy is better if you add the album.
I agree with that 100%. Next up, we have Sex Last Night and Worlds Away. Easy for me.
Easy for me too. Sex Last Night.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too.
World's Away is great, but not Sex Last Night. I also just love I love song titles with parentheses in them.
Yeah,
That's so
agreed. Agreed. Next up, back over on the other side, we have Ben's Truck versus Lil Peep, Lil Tracy. I do feel like we're gonna disagree.
I do too. What are you going for?
It's Ben's Truck. Lil Peep, Lil Tracy. I'm not all hating on that song, but it first of all, it can't win this bracket. I don't think that Lil Peep, Lil Tracy is the best Lil Peep song. I
don't think Ben Struck is either, but I think it's better than Lil Peep.
I agree. So I would go with Ben's Truck.
I'm down.
Okay. I can't believe how far Lil Peep, Lil Tracy's made it.
It's just
it's good.
It's literally just the hard thing about these brackets too is that like I know like 8 songs on this bracket that would have lost to already.
Yeah.
It's just got lucky to be where it
Random.
was, you know.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have 19 versus I Crash You Crash.
I got an idea for it.
19.
Yep.
Yeah.
All day.
Okay. Cool.
All day. 19's so good.
Next up on the finals on this side, we have Witchblades versus Sex Last Night.
I feel like we're gonna disagree.
Really? Do you want to say it on 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Sex
Witchblades.
Last Night.
It's Witchblades. I mean, like, I think there's like, what do you even say?
Again, it comes down to like I think Witchblades is a bigger song for them, but I love Sex Last Night. It's like a personal, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Witchblades is just like it's so much more memorable and Sex Last
I
Night.
would say Witchblades is subjectively a better hit. I think Sex Last Night is more cleverly written.
Do you think if Sex Last Night had everything that Witchblades did, just in terms of like more eyes on it and like being like maybe releasing around the same time, do you think it would have done the same, if not better?
No.
No?
I think that Witchblades is the perfect formula for a hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like I hate this word, but it's almost like safe or digestible. It is where it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sex Last Night has like all these different vocal layers that are different and like combining each other, and like I just think that it's like such a deeper like depth of vocal things that I just love it. But
I kind of feel you.
But I wouldn't be mad at either of these.
No, I kind of feel you.
But I also probably am gonna get crucified for not liking Witchblades.
If I got in the car right now, I'd listen to Sex Last Night over Witchblades.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel you. Let's move that one forward. All right, that one is in the finals.
Damn.
Back over on the other side, we've got Ben's Truck versus 19. I think it's 19.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ben's Truck is so great, but
Ben's Truck is so
19
great.
is a better song.
Ben's Truck is so great. It got lost for me because it just seems like the safer option.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Peep knew what he was doing when he was writing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like making it like super easy for people who don't know him to love that song.
To like get into
yeah, which is super valuable. 19 feels like it was like written directly from his fucking heart.
Yeah.
You know
Okay. I agree. I think 19 is definitely the pick here.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're in the final matchup now. Sex Last Night versus 19.
Can we play these two since they're the final two?
Yeah.
I want to listen. Why you do me like that? Got face tats in my boots black.
Sex Last Night versus 19. We just listened to both of them pretty much in full. And I think I have my answer. Zach said he has his. Do you want to say it at the same time?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. 19.
Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm glad
yeah.
we agreed on that. I feel like Sex Last Night is just such a great song, but 19 is far more representative of
I agree.
Peep. And that's why I picked it.
I agree, because Sex Last Night is so well made. It's just, I think it's too different from like his normal stuff to be his like
Best song.
I think 19 is just, it's like all encompassing of him. Like if you really listen, like the whole like everybody think I'm cool, I don't like that. Like it's all of his insecurities and stuff that he always talks about, all there. Then, you know, I love when he's talking about why you gotta do me like that, because I got face tats, my boots black. Like I relate to that a lot, you know. And then I dude, as a 24-year-old, I love when he says hating on me 24, you a fucking bum. Like, bro, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And like I remember when I first heard the song and I was like, when I'm 24, I'm gonna be fucking rich as shit. Now I feel like a bum. But like it's so cool, bro. I just love that.
No, I agree. I feel
happy with that being.
I feel good about that being the winner.
You need to get like a confetti cannon.
Ooh, I should. Honestly,
that shoots out.
That's a good idea. All right. Anyways, guys, that was our Lil Peep bracket. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed making these brackets. I'm glad I got to have Zach come and be on one. I feel like he brought a unique perspective for sure. And hopefully I can keep making more of these, and Zach can help me out with them if he ever wants to anymore. I have a Patreon in my description as well as merch. Great way to support me if you want to. No pressure. And yeah, before we go, Zach, you want to say anything?
Thank you for having me here. This is really fun. I want to keep doing these, and I love you guys. Don't be mad at me for my choices in this bracket.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with anything we said.
But be nice.
Yeah, please be nice to us. We tried our best.
But no, I love you guys, and you know, as always, new music's on the way, and I can't wait to show you guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.
Love you.